Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another special edition of our Creative and Innovative Hour. We were here last week, Saturday, and we had a great time. We had a different kind of guest last week, but this week we have an innovator with us all the way from Nigeria. Please share this link with your friends, and hope you're doing great wherever you are around the world. So if you're in the US, you're in Europe, and you're in Africa, we welcome you to this special event today. We welcome you to the show. And we all know about the COVID-19 challenge that we're facing. We all know that a lot of people are losing their lives. Those of us in Nigeria, the country is in mourning because the chief of staff of the president just lost his life to COVID-19. And this is something that we're going to be talking about today, and it's very dear to our hearts because if our elites can have this problem, it shows that the entire country and the entire continent is not safe. And we're going to be talking to somebody today who will be giving us solutions and things that we can help to both protect ourselves and those who already have some situations that they're dealing with health-wise, how they can boost and make themselves a lot better and stronger and boost their immune systems, for example, and change their lifestyles that would make them healthier and more resistant to falling prey to this COVID-19 virus. But before we go forward, I want you to just tell your friends and your neighbors, invite everybody that you can, because this is going to be a life-changing section. What you're going to hear today can be the difference between life and death, because when you do some of the things that are going to be told to you today, it changes everything completely. And we thank God that so far in the world, there have been more recoveries than deaths from the coronavirus. Africa has not been hit so hard yet with the coronavirus, and we really hope that it will continue that way. The prognosis and the prognosticators are saying that we might have a second wave of it that would hit Africa hard. So we're going to prepare ourselves, and we hope that that doesn't happen, but we want to be ready no matter what the case might be. So I want you to join me today in welcoming our guest all the way from Delta State, Nigeria. He's Amos Obi, and he's a pharmacologist. So hello, Evangelist Amos, and he's also an evangelist. Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for the privilege. Yeah, it's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be here.
We are so grateful to
Thank
have you. So can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? I understand that you're an evangelist, you're a pharmacologist, and you have answers and solutions, and you worked with the UN or so. So please just tell our audience a little bit about yourself so that we can be conversant with who we're going to be listening to today.
Yeah, my name, Dr. Obi is my name, Amos Obi from Delta State, Nigeria.
All right.
By discipline, I'm a trained pharmacologist, science tech, and in the computer to digital technology. By practice, I'm an evangelist, a creative evangelist for that matter, and also a researcher, an innovator, a scientist, a social entrepreneur, and a creative writer. I've been working for a number of years now, over 20 years, researching into nature, how to turn the solution from organic substances, and I have gotten some results. Presently, my work is in the UN as one of the globally endorsed innovators.
Okay.
For the since 2016 as one of the global innovators.
All right.
So,
I'm sorry, it's like we've lost him due to the poor connection over there in Nigeria. We hope to get him back. So like he said, he's an innovator, he's a doctor, he's a pharmacologist, and he's been practicing for the past or over a couple of decades. So he's somebody who knows what he's talking about. And he said he's been researching into how nature influences our health and how we can use nature to fix our health and bring about the changes that we want to see in ourselves and help us to live a healthy life and to be a more healthy society. So we hope to get him back very soon, but please don't give up on us. Just share this link with your friends. We'll be able to get our guest back hopefully in the next few minutes. But I'm going to be talking about some books while we're waiting to reconnect with him. And Those of you who are not conversant with Pastor Sunday's books, you can get them on Amazon.com. You can get books like No One is Better Than You. That is a book that is going to help to boost your morale, that is going to help to make you understand that no matter what you think you are, or no matter where you're from, you are unique and you're somebody who is actually able to bring about transformation in the world. So you can get this book on Amazon. You can get it on dsabooksplanet.com. That's for those of you who are in Africa, specifically West Africa, because this outlet is based in Nigeria, and they can always ship whatever books you want to you, no matter the amount that you want. So No One is Better Than You is a book that you should spend time reading. It will inform you and help to transform your way of thinking and make you a more productive person. So the next book that we're going to be talking about is Hello, I'm Looking for Problems. Okay, we have I Am a Person on the screen before we get to Hello, I'm Looking for Problems. So I am a person, am I a personality? Now, a lot of people don't know who personalities are. A lot of people know that they are people in the sense that I'm a human being. I was born a man, I was born a woman, and that's all to it. But there is more that can be done. You don't stop where your biology stops. There is something called your mind that is supposed to be built up and is supposed to be used as a force for good in the world. That carries within it solutions, that carries within it, passions and a lot of things that brings about, world transformation. So we need you to read this book. Those of you who don't know who you are, those of you who have confidence problems, those of you who think, I can't make a difference, this book will completely transform your psyche and make you into a totally different person and make you into someone who can be a force for good in the world. The next book, you can also find it on Amazon and dsabooksplanet.com. All right, the next book, Stop Blaming What You Lack. A lot of people are, they lack confidence. They're very self-conscious. They're very shy because they feel like, oh, wow, I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have a mentor. I don't have, I'm not tall. I'm not fast. I'm not smart. I'm not, the best student. And people are very good at spotting their weaknesses and allowing it to weigh on them. But this book is going to transform your mentality and make you to become someone who would not just focus on what you lack, but use your strengths to become a better person and use the best things that you have, that God has deposited in you, to make you into somebody who would bring transformation to your world. So before we'll get back to the books later, but I think we have Dr. Amos back with us from Nigeria. Hello, Dr. Amos, are you back? Can you hear me? Hello?
So, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. It's good to have you back. I think the network over there went off for a bit, but we're happy that you're back. So please go ahead. You were talking to us about the UN recognizing you as one of the innovators. Please tell us more about that.
Yeah, I said we have been working for over 2 decades now, 20 years, making personal research and effort into nature, because I believe God has a solution for every problem of humanity. The same thing that happened in the days of Daniel, the days of Joseph, can happen in our time. So the same thing, principle I'm using, and I've got a number of products, evidence from my innovation attracted the attention of the UN. For instance, I have a number over 5 different innovation physical products, which we are going to see very shortly.
Okay.
They are here on display on the table. I will see them shortly.
Fantastic.
I have this innovation of education, how to make education easy, accessible by all, digital education for our youth. That is those by the African Union also, and also by Google as one of the recipients of the Africa Digital Education program.
All right.
I've written over 50 books.
Wow.
Based on my research, and over 50 books published by me. So based on this, I've been highly recognized. I've been involved in the UN programs at New York, Germany, and all over the world, speaking and advancing the global goal. Thank you so much.
That's great. So that means we have an expert in our midst today, and we're talking to somebody who has an extensive experience when it comes to treating illnesses and bringing about solutions to human health. So it's great that we have somebody like you in Nigeria, because a lot of people think that Nigerians, for example, are just fraudsters, or Nigerians are just people who go to, try to make a living abroad. But for some reason, you travel abroad, you give speeches, and then you come back to Nigeria. So why haven't you moved abroad like a lot of people?
See, my work has been recognized, first of all, by the federal government of Nigeria.
All right.
I have a patent license.
All right.
This is my patent license for my invention,
Okay.
given by the federal government of Nigeria.
All
and
right.
I believe in a solution coming from Nigeria, Africa, to the world. See, at the beginning, Africa, the cloud was the cloud of civilization.
All right.
And today, as Africa is still loaded with the resources. They are waiting for our innovativeness to harness these resources. So I feel it's a privilege to be in Africa. We can get the solution from Africa to the world. That's one of my principles. And that's why I have stayed here. I go there, come back, and still continue to do my work. Because I believe we have the solution in Africa to some of the problems still affected at large. Thank you.
Fantastic. So that's quite unique, because a lot of people think you need to go abroad to make it. They think you need to be positioned somewhere else. I was scrolling through my Twitter timeline today, and I saw somebody said, what is the greatest wish of every Nigerian? And the response was to become a Canadian. So that's the general sentiment that a lot of people have, in the sense that, or most people have, in the sense that they just want to leave Nigeria. But it's great that you're an inspiration to a lot of people to know that there are solutions in Nigeria, and we can actually solve our problems if we put our minds to it. Now, that's just one aspect. The other aspect I want to go into is the fact that you're an evangelist. Now, a lot of people, an average Nigerian, is very religious. They always want to pray about everything. So how did you make the transition from being somebody who is an evangelist in church, but you refused to just stay in the church sphere or in the religious sphere? You actually went into science, you went into research, and you're able to come up with products. So can you give us a little history on how you're able to, balance those two together? Because in Nigeria, it's either one or the other. You can't be both, but you are both. So tell us about that.
I think there's a problem somewhere.
All right.
There's misinterpretation of the scriptures. I look at the example.
Ladies and gentlemen, we lost our guest for a second there again. So he's going to tell us when he gets back about how he was able to make the transition from just being a church goer and somebody who believes that prayer changes things, to somebody who took responsibility for himself to start bringing about change. Now, you heard some of the things that he said. He said he's into science. He's a pharmacologist. He's been recognized all over the world by Google. He's been recognized, all over Europe, in places like Germany. He's been to the US, and he's bringing solutions back to Nigeria and bringing solutions out of Nigeria. So everybody listening to me today, you can make a difference no matter where you are. Be you in the diaspora, be you in Nigeria today, you can actually bring change. We have resources, both human resources, natural resources, intellectual resources, that we could use to bring answers to the world. But many people think the answers lie abroad. No, they don't. The answers lie within you, and you can use what is on the inside of you to bring about answers. So I think we have him back now. Hello, sir. Hello, Dr. Amos. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, great. So please go ahead. You were telling us something about the balance between religion and science.
Yeah. Yes. I sincerely believe at the beginning, God was introduced to us as a creator.
Mm-hmm.
So we, his children, supposed to be great like him.
True.
Anything less than that is not Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, you can quote me anyway. If we cannot create like God, it's not Christianity. God, we were introduced to Christianity, God was introduced to the world as a creator. We as imago Dei, people created in his image, transformed in his image, supposed to have this ability to create like him. And we have to solve the problem of the society, both from the spiritual and the physical aspects. That is it.
His connection has gone off again. Wow. Somebody in Nigeria needs to bring an answer to these internet problems that we're having. So I hope somebody is watching and is getting very uncomfortable with what's going on and is going to put their minds to work, because without the internet, we're not going to be able to catch up with the world as fast as we want to. Because through the internet, everything becomes quicker, everything becomes faster. For example, where I am right now in Ukraine, school goes on and students are not being left behind. But in Nigeria or in Africa, most students are at home because there is no digital learning due to the fact that there is no internet connection for everybody. So we really need to focus on our infrastructure and build our internet services so that we can have a better way to communicate and we can do things better. We can learn better, we can innovate better, we can connect with the rest of the world better, and we can be able to get ourselves out of the doldrums of poverty into prosperity. Right now in Nigeria, just 20 million people, thereabout, out of 200 million approximately, have access to the internet. That should not be the case. It should be something that 80, 90%, 95% of Nigeria has access to. Imagine how much of our collective, minds we can bring together if everybody was on the internet, able to learn, able to have access to information, and to, we'll blow up. We'll lead the world. We'll become a first world nation in a short period of time. So we need better internet in Nigeria. Somebody who is listening, I hope you come up with an answer for that very soon. So like he said, God is a creator. We are supposed to be creators. So if you're not creating anything, if you're not creating content, if you're not creating solutions, if you're not coming up with ideas to make the lives of people better, if you're not coming up with ideas on how you can connect, yourself to the rest of the world and bring about change and bring about relief and bring about joy and bring about just whatever it is, it could be the smallest thing. If you're not doing that, it shows that you're not really living out your divine nature. So we are supposed to be challenged like he was, to create like God, to step out of our comfort zones, step out into the field and actually start making use of our minds. That the Bible says that, we are gods. So we're supposed to replicate what he does. I think we have Doctor back with us. Hello, Doctor, can you hear us? Hello? I think we lost him again. We're so sorry, our guest. We wish things could be better, but our connections in Nigeria, like you can see, are not the best. So, like he said, we're supposed to be creators, and he has created a group of a bunch of products that are helping to heal people and helping to keep them immune from falling prey to some of these illnesses that are going around. He said he has authored more than 50 books, all geared towards bringing about answers to health crises, to health problems, and to things that ail the human mind. And the funniest thing is, I was doing some research and I realized that Nigerians are, some of the healthiest people in the world. We don't have a lot of the illnesses that we have in the West. Now, somebody was saying we don't have an obesity problem per se, because a lot of people, are not eating as much as they should. So I was like, that might be a blessing in disguise. Well, generally, Nigerians are healthy people, and we don't really have much of the complications in our health that the rest of the world has. But as civilization comes in and people stop moving as much and people stop taking care of themselves, working hard as much, some of these illnesses that are prevalent in the West might start creeping in. And that's why we need the likes of the pharmacologists like Dr. Amos to help us, mitigate some of these things. So I think we have him back. Dr. Amos, are you with us? Hello? His connection is really poor. It's really hard for us to get him. All right, so we are gods. Let's go back to checking out some of the books that we have for you. Again, you can find these books on Amazon.com. You can find them on dsabooksplanet.com. If you're in Nigeria or you're in West Africa, these books can be shipped to you. If you want the hard copies, you will get them, within a short period of time. I think it's within a week or two, you will get these books. All right, we have one called Hello, I Am Searching for Problems. Now, this goes back to what we just heard from our guest, even if it was just a few minutes. He went looking for problems. Now, the Bible says in the beginning, there was darkness in the world, the earth was without, shape. There was void. There was, chaos. There was no order. It's like God came into the world and he saw problems. It was like everywhere around him was problems. So that is supposed to be our mindset. A lot of people, when they get to a place and they see that it's not all taken care of, it's not well taken care of, and things are not in order, the first instinct that they have is to run away to a place that is well kept. But God didn't take off. He left heaven, a place that was perfect, and he came down to earth, a place that was without form and void, and he began to create. He began to put things in order. He began to make sure that everything was the way it was supposed to be. So we can technically say God came looking for problems, and he was able to solve them. And out of solving those problems, he created a place for man. So normally we're told in our churches that we should run away from problems, that problems will never come close to us. But this book will make you realize how to look at problems in a new perspective, in the sense that you're not supposed to run away from problems per se. You're supposed to seek them out because you have answers. You're supposed to seek out, for example, those in pain going through one problem or the other. Like our guest today, he saw people were going through the pain of COVID-19 and he walked towards the problem. He ran headfirst into the problem to get solutions. He didn't run away from it. He didn't just pray it away or prophesy it away. He went and got answers. And I think we have him back with us. Hello, Dr. Amos. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, wow.
We are having some challenge.
I see this as a problem that a Nigerian needs to solve. We have problems with our internet. You're solving COVID-19. Somebody has to solve this internet problem.
Yeah, that is how we need things like 5G.
Yeah, but a lot of people are skeptical because of the health challenges that comes with the 5G. But I said, at least we can have 3G, 4G. In Ukraine here, we use 4G and it's working perfectly. And then we can work on, perfecting the 4G before we even get all the way to 5G. But even the 5G, if that's what we can use right now, why not?
There's poor network.
Yeah, the network is really poor. Are you back with us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, brilliant. So you were talking to us about how, God is a creator, so we are creators. Can you please continue?
Yes. Basically, that is the first principle and introduction of God we were made to in the Bible, being a creator. And we have been told that we have been redeemed to create, to be like him. So the only way we can the divine nature of God. I want to tell you there was a challenge at the beginning of my Christian life. I think I can say I was like misled to think that spirituality has nothing to do with physical activity. For over 25 years, I suffered that. For 25 years. I was told you cannot do anything. With all that I studied in science, technology, I was redundant, useless to humanity. But I saw humanity suffering because human beings are spirit, soul, and body. You cannot just make their physical need, spiritual need, and you get them. At a point, I came back to the drawing board. I said, God, what is happening? Why am I still poor? Why is there so much poverty around us? God said, well, you have left the gifts, the talent I have given to you. He said, look at the life of Abraham. He was an innovator. Look at Joseph. He was an innovator. Daniel was an innovator. David, Paul was an innovator. So I looking at the Bible, saw those people. I went back to the drawing board, wrote all that God had put in me, and I began to pray. Then, that is just the principle that we must actually let people know that Christianity is not just only spirituality. Spirituality is absent, but we must also attend to the spiritual, mental, and the three parts of man. Man is 4 dimensions to solve the problem of spirit, mental, pressure. If these 4 dimensions are not balanced, no person can be happy.
Sorry, you were breaking up. What are those 4 dimensions again, please? Can you tell us again? Hello?
Dimension for the 25% is the spiritual dimension. The
All
spiritual
right.
dimension.
We heard the spiritual dimension. The next one?
The mental dimension.
All right. Mental. All right.
The physical dimension.
Physical
Yeah, the
dimension.
physical dimension. The
And then the next one is what?
Financial.
Ah,
Finance.
financial. All right, the
Finance.
financial direction.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
exactly.
Okay.
So, and without that, it's just so like throwing water upon it. Those are my motivation. Looking at the
Okay.
body of people that are suffering and the rest are not being used to meet the need. God has to inspire me to begin to create. And just
Wow, his network is really slowing us down today and depriving us of all the goodies that he has to share. Hello, doctor, can you hear us?
there are more that will come up very
Hello,
shortly.
hello, hello.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing.
Hi, doctor. We
I'm
lost
hearing
you. We lost you there for a second.
you.
All right, are you back now? Can you hear us?
Are you okay?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you
yes.
finally. You went off.
Fully. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, after the four things you listed, we didn't hear any other thing up until now.
After what?
After the four things you listed,
Hello?
we didn't hear anything you said until
Yes.
this point.
Oh, okay. I see. I said, well, those are my motivation.
All right.
Saying that we must meet these needs. Yes, to make people complete and happy. To make people to also behave and think like God. So those are my motivation. To see how to meet the need of the suffering humanity. Because even Jesus, at a point, told his disciples, give them something to eat. If there's something to eat, because the human needs around us. So those are the municipality as an evangelist. Thank you.
All right, we didn't really hear what you said. The only thing I heard was Jesus Christ said, give them something to eat. You're really breaking up. Do you have a different data plan that you can use? Because this one seems to really be breaking up. So can you switch? Is it possible to switch your data plans?
Okay. Okay.
All right, we'll be waiting for you. Please try to switch it and let's see if the second one will work better.
Okay.
All right. We'll call you back in a few minutes. Okay, so like he said, we really apologize. We wish we could we could give him our internet from over here so he wouldn't have to struggle so much. But you see, that's what we're dealing with in Africa. The rest of the world has moved on. Some of these things are just basic amenities that we have in the West, but it's an essential commodity, or it's a very rare commodity in Nigeria, and we have to really fix this problem. All right, so just from the little he said, he talked about how poverty and suffering spurred him into looking for solutions. Now, a lot of people just complain. I see them online every day. They complain about poverty, they complain about the government, they complain about things that are going wrong in families, but nobody's actually doing anything about it. We need 1 million or 20 million or 50 million of Dr. Amos, people who go to school and come out with degrees, not just because they went there to study, but they went there to learn and get educated in their minds about how things work so that they can begin to come out and tinker with different things and come up with their own solutions. I was asking myself some time ago why people have final year projects, because when I was doing my final year project in aeronautic engineering, I didn't really see the big deal in what it was about, but later I got to understand that every single student is supposed to come up with an original idea in their project, which is something they're supposed to take into the world. But at the time, we just saw it as something that our teachers wanted us to do so we could get good grades and graduate. But no, we're supposed to come up with ideas after 4 years, 6 years, 8 years of studying so that we have an original idea to solve a specific problem. Now, in my case, I was told to build an aeroplane such that had never been seen before. So I had to out of all of the kinds of aeroplanes that we had studied in school and aircraft, I had to come up with a different design of my choosing and something that was going to be, viable. If I took it to the factory today, or if I took it to production today, that is something that could be built. So our goal from education should not just be a degree, but it should be to create or to come up with answers for society's problems. Now, all the poor people you see around you, many people complain about the poor and they say, oh, wow, so many people are poor. I am poor. But that is not something that God wants for you. That is not because there are no resources in Nigeria. It's because you have failed to put yourself to work. You failed to find out for yourself what it is that God created you to do. Because as soon as you do that, the resources will find you and you begin to properly utilize what is around you. For example, some people claim that, there are no opportunities in Nigeria. But this is a Nigerian, Dr. Amos, who the UN recognizes because he used the resources around him all the way there in Delta State to figure out how to get things done. And he was able to do them. And today we have him on the show, but sadly, the network is really, really screwing up. Next week, we're going to have somebody come to us from the UK, so the internet is going to be a lot better. He also has developed some solutions to solve the COVID-19 problem and help you to test yourself and come up with your own diagnosis without seeing a doctor. That's such a brilliant idea. He's been published in the Nigerian newspapers already, and he's making headway when it comes to innovations. So he's going to be able to do a much better job than we're seeing today because of the internet connection, and I believe the UK has a better connection than Nigeria. So that's what we're going to be doing next week. But as far as today goes, I will just finish talking about the books, and I don't know if we can't get him back. That is, we might have to end the show for the day. So we'll keep trying, but right now we're being a little bit unsuccessful with it. So those of you who want to really build your minds and become creative, those of you who don't know where to go, start listening to Dr. Sunday Adelaja. Go to his page, Sunday Adelaja Official. There are over 8,000 messages there. They're all in playlist form. You can listen to them. There are series on the family, series on those who want to discover themselves, series on those who want to become pastors, those who want to become innovators, those who want to become husbands, those who want to become wives, those who want to become millionaires, those who want to know how to cleanse the church of corruption, those who want to become politicians. So there are teachings, extensive teachings for almost every single aspect of life. So you'll find it on Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube. So please pay his page a visit. Those of you who don't have the opportunity to read, you can always listen while you do something else. It helps you to keep yourself, getting built up in spite of what you're being engaged in. So I think we have Dr. Amos back, luckily. Hello, Dr. Amos. Hello, we can hear you. Are you sure your audio is on? Hello, hello. We can see you smiling, but we can't hear your voice. Aha, okay, I think we have sound now.
Okay, it's okay.
All right, welcome back.
It's okay. Thank you.
So let's hope that this second option would be a lot better than the first.
Yeah.
All right.
I should think so.
Okay, we hope so as well. All right, so you said the poverty you saw around you was what spurred you to start asking God why there was so much poverty and chaos. And I'm very happy that you said that, because a lot of people keep asking questions like, I don't know if you've heard these questions before. They ask questions like, why is it that there's poverty in the world if there is God? Why is it that people are dying of sicknesses if there is a God? And I look at it and I'm like, there is a reason why you are here in this world. Why are you looking up to God when you're supposed to be solving the problems that you're seeing around you? So I'm happy that God was able to reveal to you that you are the answer to the problems you were complaining about. There's a reason why you had that burden, and it's because he wanted you to solve those problems. So please go ahead and tell us more about your story.
So I one of the things that also inspired me was my background.
All right.
I came from a very poor family. You would not believe me. I have to train myself in primary school and secondary school.
Wow.
Right.
Oh wow. This connection has gone off. It's gone off again. He has such an amazing, story to tell us, but unfortunately, the internet keeps interrupting. Um, so just from what he said again, I can echo that and expound on it a bit. He said he came from a very poor background and he had to sponsor himself in his primary school, in his secondary school, and I'm sure, of course, in his university. So poverty is not an excuse. I don't know how many poor people are watching me today, but poverty is not an excuse. Poverty should not stop you from pursuing your dreams. I know that for the poor, there's almost no opportunity because, when you're poor in Nigeria or in Africa, it's almost like there's no way out. But trust me, there is a way. If people like Amos could find a way out, if people like Dr. Sunday could find a way out, you can find a way out as well. I think we have him back. Hello, doctor. Are you back with us? Hello. All right, while we still try to figure out the network, please let me have the books up so that we can talk about them. So we've spoken about the video materials on Sunday Adelaja blog. We have SundayAdelajablog.com, but we're talking about Sunday Adelaja Official, his YouTube page, where you could find messages of every kind. And then we have Hello, I'm Searching for Problems. So yeah, like I said, this book goes against every religious doctrine that we're taught in churches these days, which is to avoid problems. But we're supposed to run head first, and this book will help you understand the psychology behind going after problems and how to constructively bring about solutions to those problems. So get this book on Amazon.com. You can read it for free on Kindle on Kindle Unlimited, and then you can order for the hard copy if you're in Nigeria or West Africa or anywhere in Africa. You can order for the hard copy on dsabooksplanet.com, and you'll be able to get the book delivered to you, and you'll be transformed. All right, I've spoken about I am a person, am I a personality? Hello, doctor, can you hear me? I can see that you're talking, but for some reason, I can't hear, there's no audio. All right, there's audio now. Hello? I think you switched to your phone or something of that nature.
Hello, can you hear that?
Hi, we can hear you now.
Okay. So can we do?
You're still breaking up though. Did you switch to your phone?
With this?
Yeah, we can try with your phone, but it's still breaking up. Oh wow. Innovations to stop the coronavirus.
Yes. It's one of the things we saw.
Hello. You're breaking up. We can't hear you.
Of coronavirus. God.
Hello, doctor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. Welcome back. Are you using your phone?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, I think that might work. So let's
I'm
try.
using the phone.
Let's try that and see. It's like your hand is blocking the lens a bit. So please move your hand a bit so that the lens will be clear.
Okay.
I think we can see you better now. Hello, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right. Your hands are blocking the screen. You have to move it a bit so that we'll be able to see your face. I think that's a lot better.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So can you hear me now?
It's okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a lot better now.
Okay.
Okay, so you were talking about how poverty spurred you on to start looking for solutions. So
Yeah.
can you continue from there, please?
Uh, yeah. So I look at I was in faith, just as it happened to me. And I ask God, should we just look at these people and just continue with program, prayer? I think God spoke to me that there is something more than that. We must combine faith with work.
True. Oh, you
Faith
had finished that and you
sometimes with
went to
action.
how you started talking
Faith,
about how your
faith with
family
action.
was poor. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. So I'm getting it. So the level I passed through, and I don't want to come people around. That is one of my motivation. But I have to move into this area of creativity and innovation. And by the grace of God, I think I'm at the will of humanity in this dimension. I think I want to be fulfilled as a creative evangelist with potent solution for humanity. Thank you so much.
All right. We didn't really hear
Hello.
we didn't really hear what you said, actually. You were breaking up.
Oh, man. Network.
Yeah,
Anyway,
your network is really slowing us down and depriving us of the great things you want to share.
no, definitely. I'm not happy with this network today. And at the beginning, it was very okay. And I was sure that we could get something out of it.
So can you hear me?
So maybe we go straight. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but the problem is that we can't really hear you. Once you start speaking, it starts breaking up. So that's the challenge we are facing. We cannot really hear you.
Okay, let me turn it on the laptop.
So it'll be hard for us to move forward that way. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we really apologize for all of this. We're doing our best to see if we can, use different devices all over there in Nigeria to see if it will work out. But so far, no luck. All right, so please go to Amazon, Kindle Unlimited. The best way to become an innovator is to inform yourself. No matter how frustrated you are with problems, no matter how pissed off you are, and no matter the amount of suffering that you see, you would not be able to bring about change without knowledge, because knowledge is what brings about skill and brings you, to a place of being able to build systems, knowing what to do. God was lamenting in the Bible. He said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." So you need to educate your mind, and you need to shift your mentality from that of the norm. And if you're going to be able to rise above your situation, you have to read, you have to study, you have to listen to people who have done great things, you have to listen to people who have gone ahead of you. That way, you're able to pull and draw from their experience, and you're able to see things that are a lot, more possible than what an average person would think is possible in Nigeria right now. When I went back to Nigeria a couple of years ago, a lot of people were skeptical. And I was talking to them about how much Nigeria can change and how great things can be. Many of them were like, "Oh, wow, you're just coming from abroad, so you're just talking, and we believe that you're a man of faith and all that." And I told them it's not just about faith. These are things that are possible because they've been done all over the world, and there's nothing new that we have to do in Nigeria. In fact, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. All we have to do is just take the things that have been done in the West and just give them a little bit of tweaking here and there, and we can apply them to our problems in Nigeria, because most of the things we're facing in Nigeria and in Africa, they are not new. Be it power or the internet or flooding or hunger or lack of health, of good healthcare, lack of good governance. All of these things are things that other nations in the world have figured out, and they are not smarter than we are. They just have a lot more knowledge, they have a lot more experience than we do, and all we have to do is draw from them and we'll get these problems fixed. So aside from praying and complaining and whining, we can solve these issues. I'm saying all of this to say that we need to read books, we need to educate ourselves. At this point in time where a lot of people are in quarantine and there's no movement, it is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. It's an opportunity to discover yourself or rediscover yourself. It's an opportunity for you to stop the normal running around and hustle of life and begin to ask yourself some serious questions. In fact, there's a book by Pastor Sonny that says the best thing that can happen to you is to get fired from your job. So I think while we're just talking about the book, probably to be put up on the screen. So that book actually makes you realize that with time, you can create a new kind of personality for yourself. You can take time out from just running the rat race every day of looking for what to eat or where to live or where to sleep. You can break away from that system to really begin to live for purpose and really begin to live for God and for the reason why He put you in this world. So we don't have to continue living like everybody else or just living for ourselves. We're created to live for others. We're created to bring about change. We're created to leave the world better than we found it. So if at the end of our lives, nobody can point to what we've done, that we've changed and we've made better than the way it was, then it means that we failed. Look at the Bible's heroes. Abraham didn't leave the world he left it better. So from Genesis, even Adam, even if he failed to a large extent in what God wanted him to do, he left the world a different place from how he met it. David, Joshua, Caleb, Moses, Daniel, Joseph, Hannah, Esther. These people actually left the world a better place with their contributions. They are human just like we are, and I don't see any reason why we cannot replicate the signs and wonders that they did. And Jesus actually challenged us in the New Testament. He said the works that He did, we can do also and greater works. So if He created, sadly, we've only limited that saying to just miracles. But we can innovate. Jesus Christ innovated. Jesus Christ was able to find solutions. For example, Jesus Christ went out to the sea and He was able to tell Peter where to put his net to catch fish. Now that can be translated into technology. You can be able to know where fish is by using technology. And today we have that already. Those who are doing industrial fishing, they don't just go out into the water hoping to find fish the way Peter did. We now have technology that human beings have built that tells them where to get fish. So they go straight to that place, they get the fish that they want, and then they come back to the shore. No more groping in the dark. Why? Because of knowledge. So we can look through the Bible and see that there was innovation from chapter to chapter, from character to character, and God was always impressed with people who did things for others, who were able to go beyond themselves, beyond their selfish desires, to touch the lives of other people. And we can do the same today. And we in Africa, we're in a unique position because the eyes of the world are on us, and we can innovate and bring ourselves out of poverty into civilization. Most people today don't know how America became the way it was because most people were not alive when, the likes of Carnegie and JP Morgan and the rest of them, the Rockefellers, were building America. We can build Africa right in front of the world, through our innovative ideas, through our education, through our creativity, through our skill, and we'll become a great marvel for the world to behold. So I think we have Dr. Amos back with us. Hello, Dr. Amos. Finally, let's hope you're able to stay with us long enough for us to enjoy the things you have for us today.
Sure.
All right, brilliant. So you were talking about coming from a poor background. I think that's important for us to discuss a little bit because a lot of people believe that as long as I'm coming from a poor background, I'm hopeless. But in your case, you were able to break out of that. So please go ahead and tell us how that happened.
It was, I think, sheer determination.
Okay.
And rugged, it's like being hit with adversity.
Okay.
Either I stay here, I die, I must do something to survive.
Okay.
Fortunately, I didn't believe in God.
Okay.
When I was passing through that level of hardship and poverty.
Okay.
I was an idol worshiper. I was an idol worshiper.
Interesting.
Yes. Worship idol, I was courtesan and all manner of things. But somehow, when 1988, April 15th, when Jesus Christ encountered me and changed me, then my mental life began to
to think differently. Yeah, see what I can do to solve the problem of poverty. I've committed myself and resources and time for this for over 20 years now, working on different systems, different innovation, researching, finding solutions that can help humanity. Because I hate people seeing people being poverty. Poverty is not a disease, it's not a disease, but something worse than disease. Poverty is not a disease, but something worse than disease. So I hate people living in it. So I began to make effort, believe God to find solution, get people out of it. So that is what made me find myself in this level of innovation and creativity.
Fantastic. So poverty is not an excuse. Poverty is just, a reason to push yourself and to do all that it takes, to come out of those things and step into helping people. So please talk to us about the innovations of the COVID-19. When you first heard about the virus and you heard about, the way it was taking lives, how did you come to a place of getting these innovations ready so that, both preventive and I think curative, like you said, tell us about that.
It has created so much fear. I think the fear is killing people more than the virus right now. So, fortunately, I have been working, and when I heard about the virus, and I know what I have as a solution, I knew that the solution is here. I have worked on this for the coronavirus. This is what we call alkaline spray. This spray has a content of a pH of 10 and above. Once it is sprayed in a house, in an office, in an environment, hospital, airport, no virus, no bacteria can survive. It was created from a private lab.
All right.
I have tested it. It's so efficient. No virus, no bacteria can survive when it is sprayed.
And it will not affect the person's health. It will not negatively affect the person's health.
No, it's very alkaline.
All
it's
right.
an alkaline spray.
Okay.
Very, very natural, organic, and 100% environmental friendly.
So you use it on surfaces that people might have touched so that it will kill the coronavirus, and when you touch those places, it doesn't transfer over to your hands and then move into your body, correct?
No, it does not survive. The virus cannot survive when this is applied. This is one of my solutions.
All right.
For the coronavirus.
What is it called? Alkaline what?
Alkaline spray.
All right, alkaline spray. Can people get it in stores?
We have just formulated it.
Oh, you just formulated it. So it's not even into production, mass production yet.
No. Yes.
Amazing. So how soon do you think you can get it into the market?
I'm praying and believing God for partners, for investors who can come in and see how we can scale up this thing. This is one. Number two solution I have is the Obic SK solution.
All right.
This is an alkaline drink, which somebody can easily drink. You take it, I give you 3 days, 3 to 5 days. Coronavirus cannot survive in your body.
All right. This is the second product that you're saying has alkaline in it. So what exactly is it that is unique about alkaline? Can you tell people who are not very, understanding of the way the body system works, what exactly is it about alkaline that makes it, antivirus?
Thank you. I'm a pharmacologist.
Okay.
And in medical, we are told that when the human body or the environment is acidic, diseases thrive and survive. But when the human body is alkaline, not one disease, including COVID-19, can survive. They cannot.
Right.
So that is the mystery. It's God's nature, God's way of helping humanity. Once your body is alkaline, even cancer cell cannot survive. No infection can survive. But how do we get the body alkaline is the problem of humanity. Because to get the source of natural alkaline like this, it's not easy. I made a lot of research before I came out with this. I have tested it at a point 2019, 2002, 2012. I had a problem personally with viral pneumonia. I went to the sea for no cure, no medical cure. When I discovered it was viral pneumonia, I resolved to prayer and taking this solution. It was just at the third day, the thing vanished till today. No
So
trace of
you
it.
mean you've had this invention since 2012?
Yes.
Wow. And is that have you taken it to the NAFDAC and all of the people in Nigeria who are in charge
We
of
have
medications?
we have done a lot of tests. We have done the phytochemical analysis. We have done the toxicological analysis. We have got the patent and all that. It is
So
set
this
for
one is
mass
in mass
production.
production right now.
Yes, yes.
Oh, fantastic. So what's the name and where
Yeah.
can people get it?
We have the Hyderabad pharmacy. Pharmacy.
Oh, any pharmacy they go to, they can ask for what?
No. We have a special pharmacy for it.
Okay,
Distribution.
you have a special
Yes.
pharmacy, but is it just in
Yes,
Delta
it's
State or you
Hyderabad.
have it other places in Nigeria?
For instance, within Delta State for now.
Okay.
For now. But because of this coronavirus, we want to scale it up for people all over Nigeria, all over the world to have it. This is unique. Once somebody takes this, I tell you. So the coronavirus should not be a very big problem. Just as it has been overblown. We have not looked at organic home breed innovation. We are just trying to look at the tech, the high, or whatever. But there are solutions that can handle this thing. This is one, preventive, and this is curative, formulated by me, by the grace of God, by the inspiration of God. Okay. We also, in our team, we have also the head about hand sanitizer, formulated also by us, where people can put in their hands, wash their hands with it, rub their hands with it, and the viruses can be taken care of. So with our solutions that are before us, we think there's solution, there are innovations that can check the COVID-19 pandemic. The world should not be afraid. God has given us the solution. These are inspiration from God, innovation that God inspired us to create. In fact, they were created before the emergence of the coronavirus. And we are asking our government, our authority, globally, to come and test this part, to take them to coronavirus patients, treat them. We want to get the result. We want them to prove it. So we are waiting for that point right now. We have communicated to the National Center for Disease Control. We have communicated with the Ministry of Science and Technology, Federal Government of Nigeria, and we are waiting for their response so that they can prove this and send it out to the world. Because the number of people that are dying in America, in Italy, in Europe, and all that, we can solve them. We have the solution for them. They should not die. God has given us the solution. So they should not die. So we are not afraid of the coronavirus. We just want a collaboration with the authority. We want investors who can come in. Let's package these things and help humanity.
Fantastic. So you say you've contacted the CDC and you've contacted the Institute of Science and Technology and all of the powers that be in Nigeria, and you're waiting for a response. So we hope that somebody who is listening would get in touch with you or get in touch with those in authority so that they can come to you and see what they can do with your solutions. Because we were talking a few weeks ago and we're saying Christians should have solutions to these problems. Because God sees ahead of time, and as long as you're connected with Him, there's no way He will not give us solutions to problems that are to come. Yeah, so if you have answers already, I don't see why people should still be dying of this problem in Nigeria. So far, we have just 17 fatalities, but it can be a lot less. And the virus can be stopped with things like what you have. If everybody has what you have, the spray in their houses, for example, when they come back from outside, they can use it around their homes, use it in their hands, the sanitizers and stuff like that, and they will be safe.
Yeah. You know what? This solution were created from organic waste that are surplus in Nigeria.
Wow.
Organic substrates, surplus in Nigeria. They are not imported, the raw material are not imported. They are what is considered waste after harvesting of plants. It's what God gave inspiration to use to create this thing. They are humane. We have tested it to the analysis, the pharmaceutical analysis, and they are humane for human body. I'll be giving that to people for the past 5 to 6 years, and no side effects. But all have a positive result.
Wow.
Yes.
No side effects at all.
No side effects. One of my innovations is this too. I must say this. This is the formula for creating fish feed. It is a problem in Africa. Most people cannot go to fish farming and get profit. But God gave me wisdom. I created this from organic waste that can be used to fish. So smallholder farmers, youth women, can go into farming with this, because this has made the problem of fish farming, feeding easy through innovation. So these are just some of my innovations that are valuable. And we are waiting for investors, partners, both in government and private, so that we can scale up this thing to help humanity.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So currently you have innovations for the coronavirus. You have the fish feed. You have a general disinfectant. You have a hand sanitizer. And these are solutions that you were able to find in Nigeria. And you said something very unique. I don't know if my viewers heard it, but you said these were created from organic waste. So these are things that were supposed to even be thrown away. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Amazing.
From organic waste that's supposed to be thrown away. And it's surplus in Nigeria.
Wow.
Now, I tell you this. My research has given me idea of 10 different other industries that can be created from that same substance. 10 good industries. For instance, let me just give you a rundown of what I've come up with. 10 different industries that will be created from this same substance, which God gave me inspiration to. In the area of, for instance, paper mill, that same substance can be used to create paper without deforestation.
Wow.
It can be used for the leather work, for floating clothes, anti-heat clothes. It can be used as liquid fertilizer, the same substance. Can be used as liquid fertilizer. Animal poultry feed, not animal feed. It can be used for plant process. It can be used for insecticide and can be used for oil absorbers, where there's oil spillage. It can be used to mob out the soil.
Yeah, because oil spillage is one of the biggest problems they have in the South due to the oil drilling and fracking and what have you.
Exactly. So these are God-given solutions, and they are within Africa, within Nigeria, that can be scaled up, that can even attract foreign
investors
to Nigeria. So all we need is for the authority to look at it and see how we can scale up. Nigeria can rule the world again, just like Africa was the cradle of civilization. God's solution is Nigeria. Yeah. And we have it, and we are ready to partner. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. So those of you who are listening to us, we're so sorry for the poor sound quality, but I hope you're really enjoying what you're hearing so far, because he has been able to create products, more than 10 from what he said, more than 10 products from an organic waste product that we throw away. And these are things that are changing and saving lives. Now imagine if the 10 products he spoke about can be scaled up. He will have a conglomerate, for example. We'll be able to create jobs, it will raise our GDP, it will make people to have a sense of purpose, it will make people to have a reason to live, and it will make us a healthier society. A lot of the drugs in the West, for example, have side effects. He has said that one of the best things about the things he has come up with is that they have no side effects at all. And that is one of the beautiful things about nature. Nature's solutions hardly have side effects. It almost reminds you of what the Bible says when it says the blessings of God make rich and they add no sorrow to it whatsoever. So he's looking for investors. And if you want to contact him, please go to his Facebook page. It's Amos Obi on Facebook. You can find him also on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. You can find him on via his email address as well. We're putting this, we're sliding it right now underneath the Chiron on the screen. So please write down his contact information and contact him. If you want to invest, if you want to find out more, this is the time to do it, because in a time of crisis, you have to take opportunities that come your way to scale up or to take, to get yourself into the door. Like, I didn't know he existed, but he's been there since 2012. But thanks to COVID-19, Dr. Obi was there waiting for us and saying, I've had these solutions all along, and here am I. So problems bring about, they bring superstars to the forefront, and they make us to know that, hey, look, this person is here with this product. So you can find him on YouTube, you can find him on Facebook, you can find him via his email, hetavidskillsnetworks@gmail.com, and you can find him on Skype as well. And I believe that great things are going to emerge from that. So what was your first encounter with Dr. Sunday? Can you tell us a little bit of that? How exactly did you come across Pastor Sunday, and what impact has he had on your outlook on Christianity and innovation?
I think one of the greatest things that have happened to me is to listen to Dr. Moros and Dr. Sunday Adelaide.
Wow, okay.
I have been a silent disciple of these people. I've listened a lot of Dr. Moros teachings. And later, as I stumbled, it was like stumble upon Dr. Sunday Adelaide. I discovered his YouTube channels. I began to listen, and I discovered the man has the truth that can change the generation. What do I mean? It's not a matter of religion.
True.
What I see around is religion. Religion cannot help the generation. But this is practical Christianity. The man is bringing practical Christianity that can impart life, that can make people to now begin to think, reason, and behave like God. That is the whole essence of Christianity. People behaving and thinking like God.
True.
And when I caught that, I begin to follow. Till today, I listen to him every night. I listen to the videos, to the teaching. But he doesn't even know me. But I listen to him a lot. And it has changed me. And I'm an ardent disciple of him.
Fantastic. I'm pleased to hear that. Jesus didn't know the woman, with the issue of blood until the day she met him, and she touched and became transformed. In fact, she wanted to just go away without anybody knowing, but she had gotten what she wanted. You have been able to get what you wanted, even without Dr. Sunday knowing, and you've been able to convert it into products. And that's what's most important, what you do with what you hear. The Bible says it's not just the hearers that are justified, but the doers. And you're living proof of what Dr. Sunday says, which is Christianity has to be acted upon. It's an action, it's a religion of action. It's not just theory. It's not just, being religious, like you said, going to church, praying, dressing a certain way, speaking a certain way. It's about the lifestyle of bringing solutions to humanity. And that's what it's all about. So have you not faced any backlash in the Nigerian church? How have they embraced what you're doing? Are they happy with it? Or do people just say maybe Reverend Evangelist Amos has backslided?
That you have said the right word. Many see me as crazy. How can you say you are an evangelist? You are talking of innovation. You are talking of creativity. Is that not backsliding? At the point, they have almost been excommunicated. Let me use that word. Almost been excommunicated.
So they almost sent you out of the church.
I am telling you.
But what you're saying is Christianity. You're talking about being like God. What else is there to know? Or what else is there to do? Hello?
It's not religion. So people are teaching people to be religious, they follow these do's and don'ts and all that. Christianity is Christ-like, God-likeness, behaving like God, doing things like God, thinking like God. Imago Dei, image of God on earth. That is Christianity.
Imago Dei, so, what language is that?
That is Greek.
Okay.
Imago Dei.
All right.
Yes, image of God. Man in the image of God. Imago Dei.
But you sound like a solid Christian to me. So how come your church didn't like what you were saying? You were trying to tell people to be like God, and your church said that's not what we're about?
years, over 10 years ago, before I somehow had a calling to missionary. Then later became, I'm an Anglican priest.
Oh, wow.
At the Anglican
So,
Church.
so you're from the
Yes.
Anglican Church, but not the Protestant Church?
Presently,
Aha.
I'm an Anglican priest.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, I worship in the Anglican Church. I'm an Anglican priest.
Okay.
And somehow, you see, the level of understanding, I think, is growing.
Okay.
To see that the level of understanding. Our leaders in the church, they begin to see that this aspect needs to be added. In fact, for some.
Oh, wow. We've lost him again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you were able to get something from what we talked about today. And he's in the Anglican Church. Can you imagine that? A lot of people who go to church think that a church is just a place where you just go to pray and talk to God about your problems. But he goes to church to receive solutions. And it's not even he's not even in Pentecostal church, sorry. And I'm surprised because I thought he was a Pentecostal evangelist. But turns out he's in the Orthodox, in the Anglican church. So it doesn't matter where you go to. What matters is your connection with God and your connection with human beings. You cannot love God, or you cannot claim to love God without loving people. You cannot claim to want to help people without, focusing and receiving solutions from God. So it's a two-way street, and it's something that we have to focus on as believers and as human beings. Christianity is going to be obsolete if we continue down the religious path. We have to be able to prefer solutions and make the world a much better place than it is today. Judeo-Christian values, the likes that came from the Martin Luthers of Europe and the John Calvins, that was what brought about Western civilization. These Judeo-Christian values changed the entirety of Europe, and it also helped to set up part of the civilization in America as well. But so far, we don't see much of Christianity because people are turning to secularism, and religion is now beginning to replace what Christianity used to be. So we have to shy away from religion. We have to embrace truth. We have to embrace Christ-likeness, God-likeness. We have to read the Bible and be literal. When God says, you are like me, you can create, then we should start creating. When he says that the works that I did, you can do also, we should start doing that. When he says that we should be able to project into the future by faith and see things and bring them to pass, we should be able to do that as well. So I don't see any limitations for a Christian. A Christian is supposed to be so unlimited that the world will baffle at them. Joseph did it. He was able to see the future and come up with plans, an economic plan to save the world from drought. Daniel could see the future and interpret dreams for the king. It did not just save his life, it saved the entire nation and it saved the world at large. Because at the time of Joseph's, for example, at the time of Joseph's dream and solutions, Egypt was one of the most powerful nations in the world, and they were able to sustain humanity at the time. Same thing with Babylon when Daniel was there. David was innovative as well, with the way he went to war, the way he solved problems. Solomon was innovative. He was so wise. The whole world came to him to acquire wisdom. We are supposed to live the world as Christians. We're supposed to have that extra factor because we're not just humans now created in the image of God, but we now have God living on the inside of us thanks to our relationship with Jesus and the Holy Spirit and the Word of God. We should not be limited. So I think we've heard the most that we can from our guest today. It's so sad that we couldn't really get all that we wanted out of him because of the poor internet connection in Nigeria. By this time next week, we'll be meeting again, and this time we'll be talking to somebody who has solutions for Nigeria and is already in contact with the Nigerian government. And he's going to be coming to us from the UK. He's Nigerian, but he's in the UK, and I can assure you we won't have any internet problems. So please, we really apologize. Bear with us. We really could not do anything more to make sure that the internet connection from Nigeria was better. But I hope he has inspired you with the little that he said. He came from a poor background, but he's been able to build a lab. He's been able to come up with over 10 products, and he's been able to come together with solutions that can help to kill the COVID-19 virus and can help to turn your body alkaline so that there will be no, it will not harbor illnesses. Now, a lot of us have acids in our bodies. I want you to contact him, get these things, try it out for yourself. He said there are no side effects. These things are made completely out of organic materials, and of course, they're not expensive. So try to contact him. You have nothing to lose. Try it out and see how it works out and spread the word. He's also looking for people to invest with him. It's a good time to invest in a business that you know is going to be good for the future, because Nigeria's population is growing. Our hospitals cannot house everybody. Our hospitals and our medical professionals, they need help. So the healthier we are as a society, the less work the hospitals have to do. And a healthy society will be a more productive society. So please get the books that we talked about. Get on Pastor Sunday Adelaja's YouTube page. Get busy building yourself. Get busy recreating and finding yourself so that you can be an answer to humanity. You can be an answer to the problems that are pissing you off. I currently am so passionate about somebody finding a solution to light and internet in Nigeria, because these two factors can transform us overnight. It will transform our economy, it will transform our people, and it will make us a prosperous nation. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We sincerely apologize for the poor internet once again, but we hope that you were able to get, even if it's just one thing, you're able to get something, and this time was not wasted. We'll see you same time next week. We promise things will be a lot better. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joshua Amatare, coming to you from Kyiv. Have a great week ahead, and stay safe at home or wherever it is that you might have to be. God bless you, and goodbye.